Step one, you say we need to talk. He walks, you say sit down, it's just a talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare politely.
The issue of research I have decided to focus on is the effects that a population increase is having on our water resources. This research problem not only investigates how population will affect the demand on environmental resources, but how we can manage the population in a more sustainable way. Through my discovery, I have learnt that in the previous year alone, Australia's population has increased by 316,000. Population projections have drastically increased over recent years, and current projections suggest that Australia's population might reach over 35 million by 2049. Fincher. With this statistic looming, it stands to reason that this increase is not sustainable. Therefore, Australia needs to be skilled at what they do and become aware of the economy, the environment, and the social well-being of everyone. Australia's increasing population has been a strain on the ecosystem for some time now. To be educated on the effects it is having is quite vital in achieving a more sustainable era. As identified by Latter et al., this research problem places great impact on future generations and their environment. The demand for any resource available is undoubtedly predicted to rise as the population number increases. This number is expected to increase by 63% by 2050, Commonwealth of Australia. This demonstrates that Australia's population is living longer. Therefore, it is reasonable for one to ask how Australia can maintain an increasing population with non-renewable resources decreasing. We need to ask ourselves the following questions. Can Australia support and maintain an increasing population? And at what point will a population increase exhaust our environmental resources such as water? What are the major factors contributing to water crisis? And is there anything we can do to fix this issue? Unless these areas are focused on, Australia is only able to maintain the growing demand on water resources to the year 2050. Therefore, there is some suggestion that Australia's policies on environmentally sustainable population growth focus heavily on limiting population growth and increases the amount of water availability. Post and Moran predict there needs to be increased efforts to keep up with the predicted population growth. Such efforts are in place, but need to increase. Areas such as recycling used water into drinking water and the increased use of dams. Both these efforts will utilise vital fresh water, which will create a greater sustainable future. However, even more efforts need to be focused on these areas to be able to meet the demand. Currently, recycling of water only provides for 4% of current drinking water, but has remained unchanged since 2005, Commonwealth of Australia. This suggests that newer technology needs to be utilised in this area to allow for a greater rate of recycling to produce more litres of drinking water to the population. There are 3 areas of focus that have placed impact on our water resources. They include population, climate change, and our own individual household usage. Ways ourselves and Australia can support our decrease in supply is by cutting back in these areas. We can do this by limiting our greenhouse gases by walking and turning off lights. Another option is limiting our daily household usages. Other things such as campaigns, water restrictions, and more awareness in the community are issues that can help us to solve this problem. Currently, we are not doing this sufficiently enough. Therefore, it is easy to conclude that the world is not living the most sustainable lifestyle. At the rate we are going, we are only expected to have a certain amount of water until the year 2050. And without water, there is no life, which means we cannot survive if things aren't changed. These are the reasons why I care, and you should care too.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces.